Oh my goodness. We on the live chat. This is crazy. J Dog Gaming. Everybody's in. Canelo Alvarez got suspended by the Nevada State Athletic Committee.
Makes you wonder how long he was.
But see, the thing is, he's only suspended until April the 10th, like he was saying, because usually if this, yeah, they got to have a hearing. So it's only going to be 2 weeks. That's why they're not going to cancel the fight right now.
Pay off.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, everybody's shocked because we're sitting here like, what? Because normally when people are suspended by like the Nevada State Athletic Committee or anybody else, if they're suspended, that's when there's immediately they did their investigation, and then there's 30 a 90-day suspension, 45-day suspension. So right now he's just suspended until they have a hearing. They should have had. I agree. Well, see, the thing is, Triple G is the one that really started this. Triple G is the reason why most of this is even going on. Triple G went ahead and said that they were favoring Canelo, like, and the thing that Canelo was their favorite, and this was anybody else, it would suspended him, and Oscar De La Hoya's a cheat, and Canelo's a cheat. So I think just to satisfy everybody, because without a doubt, he will be on April 10th. He will be unsuspended right away because they already know Canelo did not cheat. Canelo tested only for the meat products. If it was something astronomical, they would have suspended him indefinitely already. Immediately after the test, he would have been suspended. The trait was so low. So they just gonna go there to have this formal hearing instead, so it don't look like they're not doing anything, like they sitting on their hands. So now this will shut Abel Sanchez up. This will shut up Triple G's people to the fight come, and then Canelo beat him, and then they can move forward. Because he's gonna lose to Canelo. He can't beat Canelo. He didn't win the first fight. Canelo beat his brains in that first fight. Made him look embarrassed him. Made him look like a complete amateur.
both. They never looked that good either.
Canelo was looking great. It's he boxed, moved, he looked great. He didn't even have no trouble in the fight. Only thing he fatigued. Yeah, he just got tired and it wasn't because he got hit. He was on the ropes. Triple G was too scared to come in and even land a punch. He kept jumping back. All night he kept missing. Every time he threw the right hand, miss. Canelo slipped like almost every punch he threw. And then when he hit Canelo, Canelo looked at him like, that's it? That's all this guy got? That's why in the rematch, he's just going to walk through Triple G. He already know what he needs to do to get Triple G out of there. He did too much moving in the first 3 rounds. He boxed him so easy. It was like, no problem. Turn, box, turn, box, turn. And it was coming so easy for him. Oh, this one now he could just make a miss right in front of him and just go to his body and attack him. Yeah, he find no Cinco de Mayo. They had the presser and everything. For some reason, people want to hate. They want to hate Canelo. That's the main problem. They just really want to hate him. It makes no sense to anybody else why any of this is going down.
Or they got to test it for the fight, certain days for the fighters.
The thing is, they did a test before he even started training camp. He wasn't even training yet. He was in Mexico when this happens. And normally when he come to the United States, they don't have this problem. But by him being over there, some of the meats they use for the, for the animals and the cows and stuff like that, they use these chemicals, steroids, so to make the meat bigger. And you could tell when somebody has a certain amount in their system for eating food, and when somebody's using a certain amount for if they're doping, they can tell that. When they get the results back, they look at the results. And Canelo, Triple G's team, they've been sent the results. So both sides are informed. And when you look at it, it tells you how much was in his system, the levels when he tested, like, was it very high? If there's a high level, right away they already know they have a problem. Like the Deontay Wilder incident, the guy in Russia, they used the same thing. So in Russia, when they used the same, and stuff like that, and they knew this guy was doping. He tried to say, "Yeah, I was eating some food." Yeah, it didn't work well for him. It was in 3 other tests he had before. Every test, then once he went back to Russia, that's when it popped back in his system the week before the fight. And they didn't try to deny it. They didn't try to deny it at all. I took Jaquay to go see this crazy movie about 20 years ago. So it felt like 20 years. Probably was 20. It was super long. Brian, he didn't deny that it was in his system. It's how it got in his system, Brian. When you have a certain amount in your system, the fight is not off. The fight is still on. They're just having a preliminary hearing. So on April the 10th, so for 2 weeks until they had his hearing on April the 10th, so far he's temporarily suspended just to say they did something. Now, when he turns on April the 10th, he'll go in there and then they'll declare that, right, they will declare that he is, right, that there was nothing broken and they could go ahead and put him on the, right, they could put him right back on the fight card, no problem. They're not going to stop this fight. They can tell what's in the meat and what's not in the meat. Period. It's as simple as that. Well, see, the thing is, first off, the results are not to be made public. I mean, only the findings. And the first people to let you know that the findings were like that was Canelo and Oscar De La Hoya. They put the information out immediately. Absolutely, Ben. It's the meat. Because if it was anything more than that, they would have suspended Canelo as soon as it happened. He would have been immediately suspended if it was anything more than what it was. But now they have to go through this system to shut up Triple G people in his camp for thinking everybody's favoring Canelo. That's why they didn't get 90 days. No, that's my dad. He's hooked on Eve's Bayou right now. Yeah, he found him a good Southern movie in Louisiana. They already know, Joel. They already know it's a meat contamination. You can tell by the level of trait of the chemical that's in the system. If you can, they can tell from eating if something comes from food, and you can tell if somebody was using it to dope. The levels are higher, and it was showing the results of the test. That's how they were able to determine the guy from Russia that was supposed to fight Wilder was doping. The levels were so high that there was no way in the world he was eating meat. It's clear to see Canelo got it from food. People like the sensationalism more than the truth. The truth is so cut and dry, nobody wants to believe it. They want to hear they want to hear the sensationalism that comes with it. So that's just the way of the world. Well, when Canelo comes to the United States, he don't have this problem. It's only when he's in Mexico that's this a situation. But and he's not the only person this has happened to. It was a lot of fighters and a lot of athletes where they play soccer and everything else that have this chemical in their system when they do the testing. Well, it's not for VADA to say. VADA or whatever, who's ever doing the test, there's not their place to say. There it's just their place to say you tested positive or negative and this what was in the system. It's not their place to say where it came from. They ask the fighters or the athletes, whoever tested, where did it come from? That's where it came from. But no. Well, Marquez was drinking his own pee for a long time before he finally stopped that. And what got Marquez drinking pee was some person, not a doctor, told him, hey, you know all the nutrients in the urine. If you drink the urine, you put the nutrients back in your body. I'm like, but do you know the toxins this is coming out with the nutrients? Did that ever cross his brain? As smart as Marquez is, he let somebody tell him that. And the guy who probably told him that was a raving alcoholic. He probably get drunk and then run out of liquor and pee in the glass and start drinking and thinking it's a Corona. J. Cool. Where can I get some of that steroid media? Go to Mexico. Nope. Oh, the NCAA on? I don't know. I was taking a nap, in and out of taking naps throughout the entire process of the day. So I didn't know what was happening. Michigan. Hey, remember I told you I had Michigan in the Final Four? Because I told you this is the best Michigan team since the Fab Five. Well, he got himself shot. The fight has not been called off. He's only suspended till a hearing. I got Villanova versus Michigan, and I think Villanova is the one that beat him. Or I think I had Arizona beating them, or one of them. But Arizona choked, messed up everybody's sheet. Oh, you know Triple G went in there, his whole rant. Triple G don't even talk. Once he did that rant, they wanted to suspend Canelo. But there's no way the fight is off because if it was, they were. If it was something drastic, they would have done it in the beginning because they had the test. They would have had the hearing a week ago. But since Triple G, who has the reports, they know what was in his system and what wasn't. No, this is not a steroid case. Terrence Crawford is fighting on ESPN, but you got to get the app. You got to buy the ESPN app in order to get the fight. He's fighting the Australian guy that beat Manny Pacquiao. Hey, thank you. Shout out to the boxing socialist himself. Now, on April the 10th, they will go in there and have a hearing, and on the hearing, they will declare Canelo's not suspended, and they're gonna reinstate him, and that'll be the end. April the 10th is when the hearing is. So you got 2 weeks, 14 days. Yeah, Joe Horn. Yeah, it's protocol to have a hearing at least to see what's going to happen or what was the results. So he's just suspended until the hearing, where they would declare he's not suspended and the fight can take place. Right now, piece of BMW X3 for as low as $469. For the first time ever, Mattress Firm is offering beds starting at just $9 a month. Well, he's normally very careful. He was out of season training. That happened when he was in Mexico. It wasn't during his training camp. He wasn't training for nothing. Thurman's gonna be fighting the guy that's outside the bodega somewhere. He's not. Oh, Syracuse and Duke. Why are you talking about AJ? Like, what fight was he watching? What did AJ say? They control the tempo of the game, so you have to be ready to shoot, get second shots. You have to try to get second shots. And for us to control those 3 hits on the perimeter were outstanding players. We have to score. I think, that's the coach says that everything, but we've struggled a little bit scoring. It feels we did a good job on the 3-point shooters. They do a good job inside, but not many people do. Yeah, after that, and the fight will be announced, and that's business as usual. Oscar's in there probably cursing everybody out, so they're gonna say what was gonna happen. He was snapping Canelo's head back with his jab. What fight was he watching? That was the proper statement to say. When somebody starts saying stuff that wasn't happening in the fight, you're like, he landed and he had a 1 round or something where he was successful with his jab, but he wasn't snapping his head back and nothing like that at all. He was getting shoulder rolls, slipped. He countered. Canelo didn't get tired. I had him winning 8 rounds, 8-4. It was easy. He dominated the first 6 rounds. He might have lost 1 round in the first 6. It's ridiculous. If you were drunk and watched the fight and you just see Triple G coming forward and not doing nothing, wow. There's no team in this tournament that more offensive weapons than Villanova. There's no team in this entire tournament. They might not win this thing, but let me tell you something. There's no team in this entire tournament. They got more. I think Duke has more weapons offensively. I do not. I think, especially when it comes to 3-point shooting. All right, guys.
A reminder for you, you can see Texas Tech and Purdue by downloading March Madness Live VR app presented by Infinity. The Oculus and Google Play Stores. Now, we're getting ready for the Syracuse and Duke. We'll have more after one turn central right after this.
Question. Did you know that today is here for the taking? A day that's filled with more possibilities than ever before. It's time to explore and fearlessly open doors. No matter your age or stage, get up and soar. Oh, this is like these.
Sabu in the house. What's up? The land of the beautiful beaches.
Yesterday was sunny. You smiled at me and you gave me your all, and now I feel to be called sunny. So true.
If Paulie Malignaggi said that, he's a complete idiot. Well, you know, he's a conservative. You know, he's a diehard conservative. He supports Trump all the way through. That's Paulie Malignaggi. But if he said those words, that don't even sound like nothing Paulie would say. Nah, he don't ever see the errors. No, I'm in the middle. Liberals are delusional.
My kids play here. Guess who else does? Introducing the all-new Scott Sturt Builder Solar Triple Action. This single-step breakthrough changes everything. It prevents fire ants for up to 6 months.
It's like I told you. Conservatives, they favor corporations. They don't like the government. Liberals, the exact opposite. They love the government, hate corporations. It's the same. It's like the both in reverse. Conservatives have some sense of reality. That's the difference. Where liberals live in la la land. They want something to be real that's completely not possible at all times. And they think the more fuss they cause, the more marches and throwing parties and making signs and about absolutely nothing. It's a complete waste of time. I'm a realist, but a realist. You're a liberal and a realist. Okay, Antonio. That's like an oxymoron right there. What are you liberal about? They have people that are real liberals, like they're very liberal about certain things, but they're not delusional people. Now, those people, yeah, but the majority of them, they put themselves in a boat to go along with whatever everybody else is doing with these movements. And they, like, don't even get me started with Me Too and on the Time's Up. It's a joke. Yeah, we'll turn this whole thing into a whole nother. No, they pick and choose what's going to be a Me Too or a Time's Up movement, or do they want to get involved? Once you start picking and choosing, then you've already made it fake. Oh, we're going to do Me Too over here. No, we don't care about that Me Too. We're going to focus, we're putting our Me Too attention over here. It's like, you kidding? I don't know what Floyd doing no more. Floyd's just bored. I told you. It's not about money. He got enough money. He misses the attention. And that's what he's going to have a problem with, being out. Floyd went and bought billboards in Milwaukee, in Minnesota. for the Super Bowl. Had the billboards up in the air. Floyd don't like to be alone. That's why he's just basically paying his staff, who does basically nothing. There's so many people that do nothing and hang around over there. And that commercial cracks me up.
The moment you realize you have enough food for your guests, but not enough fridge. At Lowe's, we have more appliances to choose from. So you'll find the right one at the right price, and we'll deliver it for free. All projects have a starting point. Start with Lowe's.
Sharp Lowe's Free Black Friday. Save $650 on a LG Black Stainless refrigerator.
I haven't seen the Roxanne yet.
So let's go crazy. It's an Easter holiday with the in-laws. You seem like you don't like each other. We're in-laws. We're not supposed to like each other. In the Big O, Oklahoma City for the NCAA's Separate ACC matchup for the Sweet 16 in Syracuse and Duke.
And this was Floyd. Do I think Crawford Power moves up to him at welterweight? Yes. I don't know how far he can go at welterweight with his power, but he has more skill than power. You forget Floyd already beat the Big Show. Knocked him out with them brass knuckles.
Team USA, his best friend and coach. So here they go tonight for a spot in the longevity of these two, really the best in college basketball. What they have accomplished, champions, Hall of Famers. You know what, Coach can't even let us go something from Jim Boeheim with that dual zone that he's doing now. That's working as a play. These teams met once during conference play, and it was a 60-44 Duke victory. That wire to wire, that was February 24th. I guess the Arch and here are the lineups.
Cheapest way to maintain a BMW. Don't drive it.
Here we go. The 2 seed against the 11. Eads, Adams, Cassell to initiate. Syracuse winning 3 games to get to the spot. Having to go through Dayton first off, and they have put together some trifecta of defensive efforts, holding all 3 opponents to 56 or fewer. And we are underway to Sweet 16 at all.
Yep, Duke and Syracuse just got started.